I know you guys are excited. The Steelers won. You might not be as excited because we actually lost a significant player on the offense, but I don't want to get to that just yet. Let's talk about how the Steelers won the game, though, because I believe I told you in order for them to win, they had to win the time of possession game. Not only did they win the time of possession game, they had like 33 minutes of possession. Denver had about either 25 and a half or 26 and a half. They won the total yards game. Okay. Hey, total yards here. And they won the first down game. I think they had 2 more first downs than Denver. When does that happen for us? Okay. And the turnovers were equal. And Ben didn't throw an interception. So we got to be thankful there. He did have the fumble, no interceptions. We were thankful for that. Let's get into the one thing that we had that we don't normally have, but we had a great rushing game. And I say great because it's relative to what we're used to. It was great. Najee had 122 rushing yards. I think we had total 147. And it was just great to see the offensive line and the guys make a way for him, and he made a way for himself too. And we had a running game. We did see some Benny Snell action, especially after Najee went out towards the end of the game with, I believe it was cramping. I couldn't, being in the stadium, it was hard for me to tell, but it came out as it was cramping. So that was great to see different backs into giving him a break. That was great. We saw a couple of tight ends get the ball, just a few, not enough. We'll talk about that later because I say this every week about the tight ends. Okay. We saw Deontay Johnson still doesn't have a drop. Still doesn't have a drop. Still doesn't have a drop. Okay. So we saw him score in what was a deep ball. So I really, really need you guys to stop with Ben can't throw a deep ball. He's done it. He's doing it. Okay, he actually connected. You got Chase Claypool. He also got a touchdown, and man, it was all around. I think a great game. Our defense came out strong. Okay, strong, and they began to attack my man James Pierre, and they were running a little bit. It was a combination of things. I really don't know if it was just one thing that Denver took target on and just went off, because I mean they got on a roll. They got on a roll, and our defense just kind of got worn down, and they got tired, and they looked tired. Denver converted on like 3 out of their 4 fourth downs. I mean that's a lot. That's a lot of football. And for them to be having those quick 3 and outs, to having to actually sit out there, those long drives where they, eventually got into the end zone, it was a lot on the defense. They were worn out. You would have thought they was well rested, but they definitely got work that second half. So they earned their money for sure. I personally love the play where they have that tight end on TJ, and TJ just like literally just pushes him out the way and goes and gets to Teddy Bridgewater. I love that play. I love it so much. But being at the game and on the Steelers sideline seats, I got to see a lot of the interaction that you probably normally miss. But Cam Sutton was very involved with the defense, even though he wasn't playing. So on the sidelines, when they go grab the Microsoft Surfaces, he was there helping and guiding the guys from what he saw on the sidelines. I thought that was phenomenal to see. And I'm sure it helped, especially James, right? James, I had to highlight him, not for the interception quite yet, but for that play where he stopped, his name escapes me, from getting into the end zone. He didn't give up. That was just true, pure hustle. Because ultimately that he saved 4 points, the most of 4 points, because they had to settle for a field goal because they ended up getting pushed back. We got a sack. They ended up getting pushed back and had to go for a field goal. That hustle deserves so much credit. And it even made me even more happy for him at the end of the game to get that game closing interception because he was hustling. He was hustling. There were some opportunities that he could have had interceptions earlier, but it came at the perfect time for him. And I really want to highlight his play because I was rooting. I mean, I've been rooting for him since camp. So, for him to come through and have an exclamation point on his game, I was so happy for him. I want to talk about some of the things I saw and then injuries real quick. So there was a moment where I saw Mason get up, grab the football, grab his helmet, and start practicing throwing the ball. And then there was a moment Ben disappeared. This was very, very early in the game. Ben disappeared. He wasn't in the blue tent, and he went somewhere. And I was just like, where's Ben? Where he's going? And someone was like, oh, he put on his baseball cap. He's done. Like, no, Ben always puts on his baseball cap after he's done playing. So, yeah, no. Anyway, so I had a moment of fear in me because I was like, uh-oh, something's wrong with Ben. He's disappeared. He's not on the sideline, and Mason is warming up. So turns out Ben's okay. He did go in the blue tent towards the end of the game. And I think he got an x-ray. Like, I could see a little bit in the blue tent, but I couldn't see all the way. So, but the Juju play, they didn't even put him in the blue tent. That like, he just was in so much pain. Oh, man, that broke my heart, especially because you could see a lot of his family was there. And, yeah, that's hard to see. It's hard to take. And I don't even want to talk about it. Some other small injuries that I noticed, Devin Bush, he was out. He was in there, and then I saw him sitting on the side. I was like, wait, Devin's not in the game. I think he did get on the bike for a moment, but it looks like he practiced today. Cam Sutton practiced today. James Washington had a limited practice today. It seemed like every time Chase Claypool made a play, he would come over to the sideline. I'm not sure exactly what his injury is, but it says he was limited in practice today with the hamstring, so that might be still the injury. Cam Hayward was limited in practice today, and today's Wednesday, by the way, with a neck injury. And but the big ones, of course, is Juju. And I want to say there's a little bit of glimmer of light with this. And I know everyone thinks that it's the worst. And it is the worst because I'm so high on Juju. And I'm high on the things that he does away from the football that people don't give him credit for because it doesn't really show up on the stat line. And I don't like that. But I root for him because his teammates know how he contributes. Ben knows how he contributes. And I know that he's going to be sorely missed. But it does give us a chance, an opportunity. I've been saying it every week. Okay, these tight ends, man, we got Pat. We got to use them. And this is the time. Juju is missing. That body, that Juju is replaced by a tight end, not a receiver. I'm sorry. You could argue with me down, but Juju to me is built like a tight end. The physicality that he plays with, you get that from a tight end. I'm not saying that another receiver can't be as physical, but you got to replace it with a tight end. I'm sorry. I don't know who can fit that build and replace him. I just don't know, besides someone of a tight end caliber. Argue with me if you want to. That's just how I feel about that. Sorry. I've only been saying it since week 2. Yeah, I've been saying it for a while. So, yeah. So, I think we're going to be okay, though. I think the Steelers are going to figure it out. And they might actually listen to me and get the tight ends more involved. Even Gentry made a phenomenal catch in this previous game. So we're going to get them involved. We don't have a choice now. So I'm excited for that. I hope Juju gets well soon, and I hope he remains a Steeler because that's another question mark that we have with him because they signed him to a 1-year deal. So it's unfortunate that it could possibly, but I'm not even gonna say it. He'll be back. He'll be a Steeler. So let's just take a moment to talk about some of the ways that I see that we can beat the Seahawks. Of course, everybody knows Russell Wilson's not playing, but that is not a key to winning. Geno Smith looked good. The minus the interception, he kept his team in the game. And there's a guy, DK Metcalf, that is a beast. Okay, the guy is crazy. Okay, I think he's on drugs or something because he is just a specimen. I'm not drooling or anything, but that guy's crazy. So there's that. And I don't know what answer we have for that other than getting to Geno so he can't get to DK. And then there's Lockett too. So I don't want to say that DK is but DK is just special. He's huge. He's different. Tyler Lockett is talented as well. So those are just two weapons. Okay, they have other weapons as well, but I just hope that our defense can come out and get to Geno. And that's really it. He's not gonna run as much as a Wilson will or would, or scramble as much, but I'm not saying he won't at all, but it's a little different than defending a Russell Wilson. So as long as we can lock down, because we did it for Waller in Vegas, so he ain't make no noise. So as long as we can lock down the DK and keep Tyler Lockett, a little quiet, because Sutton got some play from us. So we'll probably have Cam Sutton back. So that'll be good because I love his coverage. I love his coverage. He's been playing really, really well. So missing him last week probably did hurt us and put a lot of pressure on James Pierre. So having him back this week will be great. And I think that will definitely help covering Lockett and Metcalf. So if our offense can just stay the same, if they stay the same, we're fine. If they improve, it's great. They can get these tight ends involved. They can have a consistent running game. The game is winnable. And I don't have anything much more to add other than it's a winnable game. The Steelers need to continue to win the time of possession battle. They need to cut down the penalties. I think they had almost 60 yards in penalties. Maybe five penalties. I don't know, 5 or 8, something ridiculous. 60, almost gave up 60 yards in penalties, and that's a lot. Mind you, that Kendrick Green one, ineligible man downfield. I don't know what the rule is, but that was a little obnoxious, if you ask me. And there was some holding, and there was some false starts that they didn't call on Denver. And it's just the refs. The refs being the refs, man. I don't know. I really don't know if it's a Steeler thing or a league thing with these refs right now. There's some terrible calls. Terrible calls. I'm not a ref. I know it's not an easy job, but whew, man, y'all got to do better. Go back a little bit from what I said about the tight ends. Week 6 is going to be critical. We're going to get them involved. We're going to be showing a little bit of a different offense. Hopefully our run game continues to go over. Najee will be healthy and free of cramping. Benny Snell. I don't know, man. I just don't know. I don't know. But if our run game can continue, I think we'll be in good hands. I think Ben, of course, threw the ball significantly less. We didn't even have to go for it on 4th down because we put ourselves in good positions. And I think everybody can appreciate Chris Boswell after seeing the week these kickers had in the league. Okay? We're thankful. We're lucky. We are blessed to have Chris Boswell as a kicker. I want to thank you guys and everyone that subscribed, liked, commented, shared my videos. I appreciate you so much. I am shooting to be in Pittsburgh again this weekend for the Seattle Seahawks game. I hope to see you guys there. If you're there, let me know. And I hope to, create some stuff, take some pictures, whatever we can do to collaborate. I always look forward to. Thank you guys so much for watching. I will be back soon with some more. Stay tuned because I'll have some special footage on the bye week about my week 5 trip to Pittsburgh, okay? And you'll see some of the cool things I got to do, people I got to meet, interact with, and I can't wait to share it with you. See you guys next time. Bye.